I've always loved whale sharks. They live the kind of life that I envy. Eating, drifting, and all around just not having any problems. Of course, most things that live in the water aren't much different. Maybe that's why I've always admired the sea. Sure, it can be stormy and rough, but when it's calm, it's just the most serene thing I can imagine. I honestly think there's a lot we can learn from just watching the water. And the best place for that? Definitely Okinawa. From its rivers to its waterfalls, and the obvious, there's so many ways to experience water around the island. I mean, where do I even start? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okinawa is an island, so rain comes in unannounced and isn't afraid to ruin the party. But it also leaves just as quick. And what follows is never a disappointment. Follow the streams long enough and you'll make it to the rivers. They're a lot quieter, but at the same time a lot livelier too. Take a slow kayaking ride down Hija River and you'll see nothing but mangroves on both sides. Get a little closer and you can see the creatures of the river going about their lives. Mudskippers, crabs, hawks. But if you want to see fish, then you're going to have to follow the river, all the way to the end. You know those postcards you see that advertise island paradises? The ones with that crystal teal water that you know is photoshopped, because there's no way water could really be that clear and that shade of blue, right? Yeah, it's not a myth. In Okinawa, that is just how the sea is. No matter where you go, it's clear as the air, and it calls you to dive in, and really, who are we to say no? Whether you're by the shores or out in the open blue, diving into Okinawa's seas is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Even if you're just snorkeling at the top, you can see the coral as if looking through a glass floor. But if you go a little deeper, you interact with the fish, maybe spot a sea turtle, and you'll really appreciate how much grander our world is than just us. Beyond our cities and towns is a whole world waiting to be seen. But diving isn't for everyone, and if that's the case, you could always visit Okinawa's aquarium. It's a way to experience the wonders of the sea up close without getting wet. Or, if you want something a little less pedestrian, go underground. There's even underground rivers that you can see. Check out the ways water is carved through the earth and made something wholly unimaginable. The waters of Okinawa can go anywhere and do anything, and we're no different. Because when you think about it, we're just like water. We start off small and thrown into the unknown. Through one event or another, we find ourselves having different purposes and wind up in very different places, but eventually we all end up fading into the same eternity. So while we're here, take time to appreciate the beauty around us. Walk on the shores, dive in head first, or admire it in your own unique way. Because you'll find that there's a lot that you can learn from the sea.